Hey guys, Dark Angel here. So I know you guys probably been wondering, well, where's he been? He ain't had shot a video in a while. That's because I've been working on these sessions laws. But before I get off into all that, and I know that you guys been reading and watching my other videos about this that I just bought to light, uh, I want to thank you guys for actually paying attention to the videos and absorbing the information. Now remember guys, educational purposes only. Okay? Just in case you guys are wondering. Because I know some of you guys take that to heart and we don't want to do that. So, with that being said, I also want to thank everyone who is following me. 3,400 something odd followers, guys. Let's keep going. Let's keep spreading, sharing, and getting these videos out there. Uh, and let's get the likes up and share it with other people, man, and get them to you know follow too. No, I'm not trying to monetize. I'm trying to get you guys to educate those that don't know. But the follows is also good too, because it also lets me know if the likes go up that this is the type of information and videos you like. Now, granted, come summertime and all that, there's going to be a whole bunch of different things going on. So, you're going to get deep, in-depth personal insight about how Dark Angel goes about his day, what he does, etc., how he travels, etc. Now, basically what I'm getting ready to tell you right now is I'm getting ready to get into the Sessions laws. You need to understand that the Sessions laws is what makes the statutes. It's the law of the statute. Now, I'm so tired of everybody getting up on here talking about, well, statutes, codes, rules, laws, they're not law. Yes, they are. Okay? First of all, you have to understand that the courts have determined in the cases that everyone keeps citing, okay, that if the statute is unconstitutional, then it's not law. Okay? And now you're going to get into the other aspect of everybody wanting to always argue about the common law this and all man that and all that. Look, I'm giving you straight 100% facts. You don't need to be an American national. You don't need to be a state national. You don't need to be a foreign national. You don't need to be any of that. Okay? You need to understand that. As long as you're a breathing, living man or woman and not the corporation that the 14th Amendment alleges you to be, okay, then technically the statutes would not apply to the living, breathing man or woman. They would apply to the corporation. You guys seen the videos on that I've made about that, and you guys know that the United States is in fact a corporation. So you do know and understand that the corporation cannot enact law. Okay, it cannot be a standing government. But that's not what this is about. This is about the government enacting laws that support you, you, and you, and you, and all of you right there. Yeah. And all you in the back, you haters, traitors, trolls, and tyrants. Okay? Y'all need to know and understand, and I say understand since you guys are under the impression that a motor vehicle applies to everyone, and that you think sovereign citizens are delusional. Well, let me show you where that delusion derived from. Smart guys. Oh, and this goes for all you lawyers and prosecutors out there too, as well as judges too. This goes to all y'all because I know there's a whole bunch of y'all watching this channel, and I also know that there's a bunch of feds watching my channel. So I'm getting ready to break the beef to you. I'm getting ready to break a gem off to you to show you that we sovereign citizens, or sovereign, I'm not going to call myself a citizen because I'm not, but I am sovereign, and I am going to tell you that you're delusional for believing the lies that you've been told over the decades, thinking that a license was necessary to operate a private automobile because it's written in the law. Okay, it's written in the law. License never applied to automobiles, never. So I'm getting ready to break that down for you and show it to you with nothing but the Sessions laws. I'm getting ready to break it down in facts. In 1915, in the event that you're wondering, guys, yes, I am reading from the Sessions laws right here. Straight from the Sessions laws, that is. In 1915, the original legislators' first writings, the very first writings ever handed down by the state legislation. Now, each and every one of you in your own state need to go to your browser, type in state sessions laws, backtrack definitions in your sessions laws. You're looking for 3 terms, 4 terms actually, but 2 apply to the same subject. So you're looking for motor vehicle, transportation, highways, and public highways. That's what you are looking for. You don't need to go do and look at anything else. Okay? First of all, for instance, like I said, I'm going to be using the state of Washington because I've already done it. I've done the whole thing. And this is the reason what I have here in front of me is the reason why I've been doing what I've been doing for over 49 years. Okay? When I break this down to them in motions and memorandums or what have you, I never lose. Because of the simple fact is, there is a rule in the courts called lenity. Whenever a statute is challenged under ambiguity, okay, the courts have to use the rule of lenity to see what the legislation's original intent was in the writing of that statute, meaning it goes back to basics. It goes back to the very beginning, looks at it, and if you guys know anything and you've been following about the Second Amendment and you know about New York City Rifle and Pistol Association versus New York City, you noticed in there that all the justices did exactly what I'm telling you. They are telling you that they went back to the historical aspect of the statute. I can't be lying, huh? Because it's a fact. It's actually in that case, and that case was just overturned. It was just decided. So if you guys know anything about that case, you know, well, Angel's on point. He's telling the truth. So that is the rule. The rule of lenity demands that a court take and look at, okay, the intent that the legislation gave. So the intent that the legislation gave had nothing to do with personal private automobiles. So in its writing, it says this: motor vehicle, the definition, okay? And this definition, if you live in the state of Washington, all right, you can find the definition in the state sessions laws, and you will be able to find that session law in 1915, chapter 142, section 2.1 is motor vehicles. In that same chapter, you will find in 2.6 public highways public highway or public highway. Okay? Then, if you keep going, you're actually going to come across the term transportation. which is the key here, guys. Motor vehicle and transportation and public highways is the keys. That is the key to unlocking the code. So, legislation's very first definition ever presented to that of the United States of America read as follows. Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle shall include all vehicles or machines propelled by any power other than muscular, used upon the public highways for transportation of freight, produce, and or any commodity by a carrier, except traction engines temporarily upon highway, road rollers, road making machines, and motor vehicles that run upon rails or tracks. Does any of that sound like that's a vehicle pertaining to everyday private citizens? No. Those are vehicles. That vehicle has been classified as a vehicle operating in commerce, commercial activity, or publicly ran vehicles. Nowhere in that intention of that statute that was written by the legislator does it say that includes everyone. Does not say that. So, what they've done is they've done some changes in the revision, which I'll get into. But before I do, I want you guys to keep in mind that statute that I just read, that definition. Here's what the feds say. You already know the federal definition found at 18 U.S.C. 31A6. You already know what it says, but I'm going to go ahead and cover it anyway. Motor vehicle. The term motor vehicle means every description of carriage and or other contrivance propelled and or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes on the highways. Okay? So, let's go to the revised version of motor vehicle. Allow me to take you to the revision of that. Okay? So, give me a second because I'm flipping through pages. Okay, so the revision of motor vehicle, the newly written one, that was actually, it was written in, let me look, 2002. That was, okay, so the overwrite, the overwrite was written in 1961. Okay, these changes, the definition that I'm reading to you again was established in 1961, and it reads as follows. Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle shall mean every vehicle which is self-propelled and every vehicle which is propelled by electric power obtained from overhead trolley wires but not operated upon rails. An electric personal assistant mobility device is not considered a motor vehicle. That was wrote in 2002. Okay, or I'm sorry, it never changed from 1961 to 2002 to the present. Okay, it stayed the same. So if you paid attention to that definition, you notice they took the word transportation out, allowing for the definition of motor vehicle to broaden itself to include everyone. Nope, can't do that. Sorry, it's ambiguous. And that's the law. It's ambiguous because motor vehicle now means every vehicle when it clearly was established when written that they are only vehicles used in commerce, commercial activity, and publicly used vehicles. Why? Because somewhere in your state statutes, guys, under the chapter for driver's license, you're going to find, you might find, I'm not going to say you're going to find, but you might find a statute that was written in there that addresses auto theft. And if you find that definition of auto theft, you're going to find that in that definition of auto theft, it actually addresses automobiles and motor vehicles. Imagine that. So in the RCW 9A 56.075, the taking of motor vehicle without permission in a second degree, a person is guilty of taking a motor vehicle without permission in the second degree if he or she, without the permission of the owner or person entitled to possession, intentionally takes or drives away any automobile or motor vehicle, whether propelled by steam, electricity, or internal combustion engine, that is property of another, or he or she voluntarily rides in or upon the automobile or motor vehicle with knowledge of the fact that the automobile or motor vehicle was unlawfully taken. Police officers, pay attention to that, because you need to know that if you unlawfully arrest somebody, when you pull them over for operating their automobile without a driver's license, you can be held liable for stealing their car if you have it towed. Just saying. It's in the law, guys. So, basically what you have to do is you have to study your law. You have to study your books. And you have to see if it confirms or complies with what I'm telling you. Okay? Then what you want to do is you want to go look up the United States Supreme Court case, SCOTUS, if that's what you'd like to call it, called Interstate Commerce Commission versus Brimson at 154 U.S. 447, 14 Supreme Court. And it's a 1894 case defining the term transportation. Transportation, the movement of goods or persons from one place to another by a carrier. Interstate Commerce Commission versus Brimson, guys. Standing law right there. That's what makes all your statutes commercial. Facts.